some generic questions to you guys about how you feel about the upcoming school year, what pressures do you feel you might... Sorry. What pressures you feel you might face at different levels of education, like middle school, high school, or university. So how do you guys feel about school starting next week?
I'm very nervous for school starting because it's also a new school that I'm going to, and it's a higher grade. So the they're even, like, it's more pressured in grade 11, I feel, and like my first semester, I already know what it is, so it's going to be difficult.
It's the same especially thing. The academics, like if you think about it, like you're heading into 8 subjects which you know nothing about. So that's frightening to think about, personally, since I value my academics that much.
For like grade 11 especially, because everyone always psychs you up for it, and they're like, it's going to be harder in grade 11, it's going to be harder in grade 11, and you're going to have to take it seriously. So then when you go into grade 11, even if it's the easiest thing, I'm like afraid I'm going to psych myself out, because everyone like builds it up to be that hard. But then everyone build up high school in general to be that hard, but it isn't. Okay, when I went into grade 9, I was super nervous, so is anyone nervous?
I'm nervous, very nervous.
Why?
Because I'm gonna meet like people I've never met before.
Isn't that exciting though?
No.
No?
I get
make new
bullied a lot.
friends.
I've gone through 3 phases of depression.
So those of you going into grade 9, like I was especially nervous, so who would feel that they're nervous going into grade 9?
Yeah, let's have a poll. Seriously, out of how many students do we have going into grade 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, right?
I thought he was going to grade 8.
Shut up.
Did you go to the gym?
Look, is any of you excited then? Is any of you excited? Looking forward.
I'm excited and nervous. Yeah.
Reasons for excitement?
I'm gonna see more of my friends.
Wasn't that your reason for excitement?
I said friends. I didn't say random people. You understand English?
So I know that some of the people here are actually returning to university, so maybe we can talk about the differences that you experienced in your first year of university compared to your years in high school.
In your first year, like you're heading into your year and you're thinking, okay, I've got time, 4 years ahead of me. Now you finish your first year, you think it'd be like your layoff year, you know, you're heading into university, it's different, so you have time to do bad possibly. But now that's out the window. Like you're scared, like I'm frightened I need an internship by the end of next year. For that I need my grades to be up, so there's extra pressure for that. Besides that, I struggled through my first year. I barely slept, I barely saw my parents. So all that's gonna come back, so it is scary, yeah. It is scary. But I think these 4 months you get off, like it sort of evens out. You know, 4 months of doing nothing with 8 months of intense work. So I guess, yeah, it's gonna be a pattern for the next 4 years.
And that's deep.
Yeah. Also, I think because in high school, grade 12, I don't know about anybody else, but like I know that I kind of like did more work than I've ever done, and you do so much. So you go into first year and you're like, oh my god, like it's kind of chill, and then you kind of get used to that chill, and then I feel like by the end, like you become too chill. For some people, I mean, I know that some people just done like so much work that they haven't slept, right?
Yeah, I think that applies to the program you're in, right?
Yeah, with me, because I learned a lot of this stuff in grade 12, because I'm in health sciences, so they teach you most, like they basically recap grade 12. Huh?
Do you know what we need?
It's almost shocking how easygoing it is in some programs, and you kind of get used to the lack of pressure that all the high school teachers in grade 12 used to actually scare you about. So I feel like going into second year, you might be caught off guard with the pressure coming on you harder than it was in first year.
Yeah, because I lived not at home, so with that too, like when you're at home, your parents are like, hey, like, what did you get? Like, what about your grades? Like, they ask you, they kind of help you. I guess they do pressure you, but I think that's kind of good. When they aren't around, like you kind of slack off, right? And then you can see that, and then by the end of the year, you go back to them and you're like, well, I'm kind of almost getting kicked out of uni. But second year, like it's pretty stressful going back, but it's also kind of exciting because in university you do what you want to do. But then again, like it's hard because if I don't do good, I'm not going to be able to get to where I want to be. So it's really scary too.
But
so
like,
there's all these mixed feelings, yeah.
That's like 2 different things we heard. We heard that's really hard, that you don't sleep and you don't eat, you don't see your parents, but then you are saying it. So which is it? Because some people in high school, your teachers amp you up to say it's really, really hard. Like when you go to university, no one's going to be there to help you, you're going to be on your own, and then there are students who are like, it's super easy, you can handle it. What do you want to say?
For me, I guess that's the university, it's the program, there's a lot of things, right?
Like with me, like my experience, like I got my commute to add to that. I spend like 3 hours a day commuting, so my time's wasted on that. I'm not efficient with my studying. I'm doing engineering, which is probably the hardest bachelor's there is. So yeah, I guess there's mixed experiences, depending mostly on your bachelor's.
Yeah.
Like health science, I've heard it's hard to get in, but once you're in, it's smooth.
It's the first year at least. It's basically just grade 12, what courses you took then. And I guess when you go into second year and third year, it might be harder. I don't know yet because I'm going into second year, but it's also exciting. But yeah, because you've done, I've done pretty bad first year because I slacked off so much. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen now. Right?
Yeah, and then especially since in second year you aim more towards your major, which is a whole new, thing to start on.
Yeah.
And then you said you lived on campus.
Yeah.
So then, did any other university student live off campus? And do you guys want to talk about that?
Off campus?
Yeah, off campus with your family.
I had to, my commute was an hour, and I had to wake up because I had an early class every day, so I had to wake up at 5 and then get ready and then stuff. So and then I only had one class every day, so I just go home, and it was but the thing with there's also they want you to join clubs and stuff, and I tried joining, but then it was just too stressful because then I'd have to stay there at university and then just stay there all day basically, because I can't just go back home and then come back and go to a club or something. So that was I couldn't join really clubs that much.
Yeah.
Or I couldn't interact with other people, so making friends was hard, and because I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. So, any other pressures you guys want to talk about university before we
The
move
jump
on?
of like the added responsibility you get with university, right? It's insane from high school to university. It's not just a jump of 1 year. I personally believe, did you know that 10 years ago there used to be grade 13, which was called a networking sort of bridge to university year,
Yeah.
where high schoolers have to do grade 13. But they put that out now, and I think, I don't know, from personal experience, yeah, high school to university was madness. You can't manage it the first couple of months especially. You spend so long trying to take it all in, and yeah, it was havoc. How about you high schoolers? Are you guys looking forward to university? What have you heard about university? I mean, you're the oldest high schooler here, right? So just talking to you.
Okay, so
Come on.
So let me ask you guys a question. This is for everyone in all ages. So do you guys feel the pressures from home that really fall on you to do well in school affect how you do in school?
Yeah.
You guys want to go on?
My parents go you have to do good in school. That's how you're gonna succeed. If you don't, you're gonna be you're not gonna have stuff that other people you're gonna be jealous of rich people and stuff like that when you could be.
They base good grades off of money, right? And they say that if you don't succeed, you won't have money. And I think it's great to be money centered, but then at the same time, that's when you stop valuing learning, and that's when you kind of say, okay, I just need a pass, and then we don't learn anything. If you look, our generation in general, we don't learn very well. We don't learn with ethic. We just want to get by, especially in some communities, we just want to get by, we want to get rich, and it's not about being rich, it's about doing your job.
The unfortunate truth, I personally think, is that what matters more than anything else is your numbers. You don't need to learn. You need to learn, sure, do it for your own satisfaction, for your personal self-acknowledgement, But if you really want to get out there, get a job and stuff like that, you need to do your numbers.
How much do you need to pass in your course?
Passing, that's the bare minimum you got to do.
Yeah, how much percent?
A percent, I think it might be a 50%, a 2.5, I think puts you on probation, 1.6?
So 2 whatever that is, that if you're lower than that, that's probation.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is if you're
So about
under
50%.
What does probation mean?
It's they probation is
Probation, you're basically on the
Rejection.
the list of getting expelled, if you continue on there.
They're giving you a second chance essentially, where they're okay, we don't want to kick you out just yet, so we're giving you this time frame to bring your scores up. But if you don't, we're sorry, we're gonna have to let you go.
But what I'm saying is like after high school numbers matter. If you get high 80, you're gonna get in the program you want. But in the end, in university, if you have 52% and the minimum is 50, or if you have a 98, it's the same thing. You're getting the same degree, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
And
if it's really about numbers, shouldn't you
Like
be
in
learning?
grade, like my brother's in university, right? But like he says, grade 9 and 10 is pretty chill. You don't have to like get like your best marks. It really matters about grade 11 and 12.
If university, you mean first year, okay? Okay.
High school.
Oh, high school, okay.
With university, like personally, when I got out of high school, I thought, yeah, university is gonna be chill. Like I'm gonna be responsible, in charge of all my studies. But now you're here and you're thinking, what am I thinking?
I'm just gonna be a garbage man on the street picking up garbage.
That's a
That's a good job.
I think one big
They
pressure
have,
about-
what is that? They have like,
Community service.
no. What is that? They have like teachers.
Their garbage.
Not garbage.
Someone just has to steal their garbage, defend the garbage.
Okay, are we still talking about school?
And
Yes.
Okay.
I aspire to be a garbage man.
I have a question actually. The question I asked before. You get the same degree. Is there like a difference in degree if you get low marks in university?
Only your first job will look at how well you did.
Only
After
your-
that, they only need your degree. Yeah,
So
that's
then,
true.
going on that, my
That's
impression of
true.
university, if I do well now,
But do you not want to be on the dean's list? Like once you're at your university, do you not want to be among like elite students?
why
Not
do I want to lose my
There's
hair when
lots
I'm
of
trying to get the
recognition.
same job?
I know that's about your conscientiousness.
I don't need to like kill myself to like get on this list that frankly nobody. So who's on the dean's list? Like my mother, she was top scorer in her class, yes. But in the end of the day, she still works with the low scorers in her class. She still works with everyone because in the end of the day, it's just a
The
thing.
truth is that maybe the worst students in your class get the best jobs.
Exactly.
But you have to give like if you believe in God, like you have to give God a reason to help you out. You know, so you
That's deep.
But like,
so
That's
you
deep.
put in
Okay.
the best you can do.
yeah, but here's the
I felt
thing.
that.
There, at the same time, if I put in the best I can do, I'm not trying to become the best person in the class when I can remember that, okay, I do my best, but I don't need to overachieve to the point where I'm like working myself too hard. I'm like, I don't, because I don't learn if I don't like it, and I don't like it when I work myself too hard. So if I start hating school, I know I'll stop working hard. So I say do the maximum for yourself. You don't need to be the highest scorer because
Yeah,
it doesn't
that's
matter.
good. That's sufficient.
Yeah.
But
And
just be
then-
honest with yourself. You are doing the best for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then but the thing is that when it's in high school, you have to be the best in your class to get into the program. So then that's
It's
why I
still
feel
like that. The job market is like that.
Exactly.
The people with high GPAs get, you know, for internship, the minimum you need to apply is like a 3.3. So if you're below a 3.3, you can't even apply for an internship. And then how high you are above a 3.3 depends on your chances of getting in, of getting an internship. You have something to say, Ikram?
And then to get into some majors as well, it's they're very limited entry, so you need a specific GPA to get in. So the numbers thing to get into your program, it doesn't just end at high school. So that's one thing that's still consistent, though like in the first year of university, it's like, yeah, explore the courses you want depending on your program. Some programs give you more leniency to try different electives. But end of the day, when you decide to choose your major, you still have to have a certain GPA percentage to get into it.
Okay, yo, I think we lost like a battery.
IB students, what do you think is better about the IB program compared to the regular program in high school?
Do you
Being
feel-
in the IB program, I don't really see what's better because I haven't like experienced what I get out of it yet. But so far, all I know is that you do way more work than a regular student would in any other high school because like I finished grade 11 math and I'm only in grade 10. So, but I do know that once you graduate, university should be easier for you guys that do IB because you're like exposed to it earlier.
Do you feel superior to ordinary students?
No, I actually feel inferior to them because they get more free time than me.
I rate you, man.
Who's nervous?
Hey, bro, you told me something the other day in class about how, like, some of your friends are going to different schools, different high schools.
I didn't mean
Yo, I'm trying to get something out of your mouth.
Okay, so like it's like a new atmosphere, because like you're gonna meet like a whole lot of new people, and like it's gonna be different, and like yeah, I'm just nervous.
Yeah, there's like a lot you don't know. It's
Yeah.
like expect the unexpected.
I say just remember, focus on yourself and don't lose yourself focusing more on friends and the new people. Because when you're gonna go in, you're gonna be like, oh my god, look at all these new people, look at all these people I can meet, all these things I can do. But just going into grade 9, have a rough game plan. Like, I want to do this, so I need to maybe take these steps. And then when you go into grade 10, narrow your plan. Go into grade 11, narrow your plan. Go into grade 12, narrow your plan. But always remember, focus on your studies. It's stupid because it doesn't count in grade 9, but you have to, because grade 9 and grade 10 doesn't build your grade. It doesn't build your portfolio. It builds your work ethic. And if you don't have a good work ethic, doesn't matter where you're gonna go in life, you're not gonna succeed. You need
Sounds
a good work
cliche,
ethic.
yeah, but I don't know anyone who did bad in grade 9 and grade 10 and then aced grade 11 and 12. It just doesn't work that way. If you have it in you, you'll have it in you all through high school.
Grade 9 is the year where you're discovering, and grade 10 I think is gonna be your transition year where you're kind of like, okay, I gotta get myself serious. Grade 11 is also semi-transition, semi-permanent. That's kind of how I feel. But you need to, like, by the time you're in grade 11, if you don't have a solid work ethic and you don't have somewhat of a plan, it's not a good idea. And when it comes to friends, you're gonna make new friends, but you might not leave with the same friends. Maybe 1 or 2 of the friends you come in with, you're gonna leave with. So just don't focus on friends. Focus on yourself. The high school is the time where you focus on yourself and get yourself together, so when you go into university, you don't overwhelm yourself.
Besides studies, what else are like factors you're scared of? Getting bullied, yeah, that's a big issue.
I don't think that's something that really happens that
No,
much.
it does.
No, it does, but not as
It
much
does.
as people like make it sound like.
That's true.
Like, when you go into high school, the only thing you think about is like bullying and stuff, right? But it's not really like that. I think it's more about the stress you get from
Like
work.
people from last year, they go like, yo, why are you going to TL? There's like mad fights there. You're gonna get like killed
Yeah,
or
but
something.
if you're not going to involve yourself in that,
Exactly.
then you shouldn't worry about it.
So I noticed that some of you high school students were worried about bullying happening in school. So do you guys want to elaborate on that a little?
thing. We're in high school. It's filled with like people who are going on to universities that like clearly bigger than us. So they think they're the boss of us or something, and like we might get bullied by them.
They're not going to talk to you unless you associate yourself with them, right? So as long as you hang out with people your age, grade 9, right? Or like your friends that you know from older grades, then I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen. Like the school is mainly filled with.
Yeah, but they don't have anything to do with you. Like, they're
Like
not,
one grade 12 equals like 3 grade 9.
yeah, but they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to like do anything.
It's like a 3-year age difference.
Just because they're in your school doesn't
That's
mean
not
they're
a lot.
And the best they can do like is call you names. If they do, just allow that. Who cares?
So just remember that in 3 years you're gonna be calling other people's names.
Exactly.
So
Just-
That's not good.
People names bullying is haram.
Okay, older grades, they usually do think they're better than younger grades. I've noticed, like they think they're top compared to them. But yeah, you're gonna get that no matter what. Just don't associate with them. Associate with your own people, and then
Excuse
you
me.
have to cut it off slowly. Okay.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
This
Yeah,
is
go to
YATA
the
Talks,
washroom.
and thank you.
So guys, thank you so much for sitting with us today and for discussing all these topics. This
Yes,
was really
sir.
important.
Oh, and one more thing. People from IBT say, "Oh, look, you're going to regular school. You're so dumb."
No,
And
no
I've been
no
that-
one's gonna say that.
I've
No
been
one's-
through
no one's
that,
gonna say
and
that.
one of the people who did it is sitting right beside me, right here, Fahad Mirza.
So you bully people.
No.
Yes, he does.
Bully you right there. Right there.
I said to Ibrahim, he bullies me. It's called bullying. He's the stuff to
But
me,
get
I
a
say
good
it
thumbs
back.
up for the video.
He says stuff to me, I say it back. What is this? Try to say it on me, bro. You say stuff to me like you're small.
This guy trying to start beefing.
6 buzz.
Why is this the Dr. Phil show?
What is this?
I'm sorry. We'll be back. We're gonna be back from the. We're going to a Dr.
Commercial
Phil
break.
show.
So guys, thank you guys so much for coming out and for discussing all these important topics with us. We look forward to sitting down with you guys next week. We look forward to sitting down with you guys next month to discuss a new topic. Assalamualaikum, I'm Amna Siddiqui and this is YATA Talks.
I'm Ibrahim.
I'm Talha.